everybody, my name is Sergeant Hickman. For those of y'all that don't know me, I work in the fleet, I work in MHE. So I would just like to point out some statistics that we have here real quick. The very first one you're going to see is from America's Promise. They did a demographic study of the military as a whole, so not just the Army. In 2010, out of active duty service members, there's 1,417,370, and out of those active, there's 43.6% of those were single service members. So those are individuals that aren't married. In 2016, the Army did a demographic, and 43% of the Army itself had single soldiers. So why is this important? I want to point out today a program that the Army has made called the BOSS program, Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers. So the BOSS program was founded in 1989. It was made initially to be a tool used by command teams to get a general consensus of the single soldiers' morale, their quality of life, and to try and integrate them into the Army community as a whole. Now, how they did this was using three of their pillars, which is community service, quality of life, and recreation. So the very first pillar, I'm going to talk about community service. I know a lot of y'all are like, community service, that sounds just like volunteering, not all that interesting. Well, the biggest thing with single soldiers is that a lot of them tend to stay in their barracks. Like, even if they're staying in the barracks, they're not being integrated into the family members. They're not really knowing anything that's going on in the community. And this was kind of a window to try and help them see what was going on in the actual Army community itself. Not only that, but it was used as a tool to try and better the community itself as well, because there's a lot of ideas and things that single soldiers can do and bring to the table that wasn't being brought because we were secluded and by themselves. So that was one of the very important pillars, is the community service pillar. All right, then we're going to talk about the quality of life pillar. To me, for someone who was the garrison boss president in Germany, this was a very important pillar, because for single soldiers, a lot of times it feels like our voices aren't being heard, or there's so many programs that are directed to family members, but there is none for us. So this entire thing is covered in AR 215-1, and this is a big section of it, is the quality of life portion. Now, for part of that being heard, each unit is supposed to have at least 2 reps. This is mandatory. So 2 reps, one being a primary, one being a secondary, so that no meetings get passed up, and this is supposed to be implemented all the way up to the brigade level. Now, these reps are supposed to be talking to y'all as single soldiers, figuring out what your problems are, talking to your barracks reps, figuring out things that are wrong and that need to be fixed. Now, this isn't a program for us to, say, oh, well, I have to do room inspections like 3 or 4 times a week. No, this is to solve problems that we actually have, whether it be the washers and dryers not working, mold, stuff being broken and not being fixed. These are things that the Army wants to fix, and this is an avenue for it to be fixed. It's to improve your overall quality of life. So that one is a very big one. Every meeting, they have a meeting at least once a month, some of them twice a month, to sit here and talk about these problems and to bring up your problems so that you have a voice. Now, you're supposed to try and fix this at the lowest level and have your company solve it, but this brings in the garrison commander and command sergeant major to solve this issue, because you're living in their buildings. So it's very important. And then the last one, the one that the soldiers always like and enjoy, is the recreation and leisure. So that's important because it boosts your overall morale. Like I said, staying in your room, not talking or communicating, like I said, you're supposed to talk to your boss reps and give them ideas of stuff that you actually want to do, stuff that will make your life better, stuff that will actually get you involved in the community and out and about and doing things. So recreation and leisure isn't only meant to just be fun, but it's also supposed to physically stimulate, mentally stimulate. After you've been on a deployment for a long time and everything's constantly going, and then you get back to garrison and things slow down, you still have all that adrenaline. So the BOSS programs offers this so that you can get back into high adrenaline activities but still have a safety net so you're not hurting yourself and getting involved in reckless activities. So whether it be snowboarding, scuba diving, ice skating, stuff like that, the BOSS program offers these opportunities for these single soldiers to improve your overall morale, increase retention, because I mean, nobody wants to be a single soldier, live in crappy barracks, seem like they're not being heard, and then want to re-enlist. So they're trying to keep you in the Army, because as you can see, you make up almost half of the Army. You are important to the Army whether or not you know it or not. So they use these 3 pillars through community service to get you involved in the community, quality of life to make sure that your quality of life is where it should be and you're not living subpar, and recreation and leisure to keep you entertained, to keep you out of trouble, and to keep that adrenaline where it needs to be to keep you in the Army and to keep you strong. And that is the BOSS program. So thank you. Have a great day.